back to the Y'all Are Crazy podcast. I'm once again so excited to be with you guys this week. We've got a fun topic, one of my favorites.
What is your favorites?
Homes.
What kind of homes?
Happy homes.
Happy homes. So today, and you're going to be doing a lot of talking, because this is really your gift. I've learned to, embrace it and whatever, but this is your strength, creating happy spaces, homes.
I love it.
One
of my favorite things to do, it's kind of funny. I can set up a home like this.
Yeah. A room and
I love creating spaces. I love setting up homes. I think that's why Airbnbs have been so fun for me to do, because I love the aspect of setting up a home, giving it a theme, and then hospitality toward that home.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons you wanted to talk about this is there's a lot of folks out there that don't know how to set up their home or don't set up their home. Like there's no intention behind their home or each room or the spaces and what they want that space to be.
Right.
And so, that happens to be something you're good at and, wanting to share with people of how do you do that? Because how many wives and women have you seen that said, you go in to list a house and they have nothing on the walls, no decor, and they're just like, I just don't know what to do.
I think my tip on that is always just do it. It's literally just a little nail in the wall and a hammer.
Oh,
I know that drives you crazy. Here's the difference between us, and I know so many of you can relate.
Oh, they'll relate.
And a lot of women tell me the same thing.
Yeah.
I literally don't measure anything.
No.
I don't have time for that, and I don't care enough.
No measuring tape, no level.
But here's the thing. I can hang up a gallery wall of photos in 5 minutes.
Yes.
If you were to do it, would they be more level? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Would they? But would it take 5 hours?
At least.
Exactly. And that's the difference, and that's who we are. So.
And we joke sometimes because you'll hang something super heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And just put a nail in the sheetrock. And it's like, there's no way that nail is going to hold that heavy thing, whether it's a deal to hang coats on or whatever.
But I could either do it or I could wait for you.
True.
And sometimes it's just better to get it done.
It'd be a lot long. So I just will come behind and take whatever needs to be reinforced, and I'll just reinforce that.
Have you ever
but you got everything else done.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those videos that is like a wife walking by with a hammer or a toolkit? It's like a way to make your husband nervous.
Yeah. She's acting like she's going to go do whatever that thing is and probably break something. And then the husband that wasn't wanting to get it done just gets it done for the sake
magically.
of.
It's like, I'll just take care of it. So anyway, the point of that is just do it. Just hang it up. The worst case scenario is you have to move things around.
Right.
You have to change things, and that's okay. But don't let the fear of what you could do wrong keep you from doing anything.
Yeah. So what are some things that you do maybe in our home to create a happy home?
I think it's so important to fill your home with things that make you happy, literally, that they're going to make your kids happy, that when you walk through, you're going to smile. For me, one of those things, and because you love me, is houseplants.
Oh, yeah.
This is fake, okay? This is fakeness.
See, I worry, is this going to catch on fire? You got fire.
You worry about the logistics.
Fake plant,
It's fine.
But it does look pretty. So,
but at our home, I use real house plants because I'm there to water them every week. When I'm not in a space, even like our Airbnbs, I don't do real plants because someone has to water those.
Right.
And if we have a guest that books it for 3 weeks, it's going to die. So that doesn't work well. But in your home or maybe your office space, somewhere you're going to be all the time, I love real plants. They purify the air. They look pretty. And I just think they bring life to a home. I mean, this is proven, okay? This is not like me making this up.
You've read books on it. It's proven.
I really have.
Proven.
So houseplants are a huge thing for me. Something else I love is family photos, especially over the years. Like they just make me happy.
Yeah.
And you can look at your family over the years.
Yeah. And I love taking family photos.
Well, this is the thing. Usually the husband is not going to want to take the family photo. Okay. They're not going to want to go on the day every single time. But you know what's so funny is you never want to take the family photo,
Yeah.
but then you are the first one to brag on the family photos.
Every time.
He's like, have you seen our family photos?
Yeah.
Isn't this so cool? And it's like, uh-huh.
Yeah. But in the moment, I don't want to do it. Or you're like, hey, this Saturday we're doing family photos. And I'm like, dadgummit, there's a million other things I'd rather do than that. I mean, that's what comes into my mind. Over the years, I've gotten better. I still wrestle with those demons sometimes, but it's
You have to make your spouse do it because it's worth it.
it's worth it 100 times. We're looking at some of them here on the wall from years ago and seeing our kids and how they've grown, and it's like, it's neat to look back on that kind of stuff. And if you never take the photos, you have nothing to look back on.
Right.
So
yeah, you have to take the photos. It's worth it. Some people don't want to spend money on family photos because if you hire a photographer, it costs money.
Right.
A lot of women also tell me they don't want to because they have to coordinate outfits. You want your family to match and look good.
Oh, yeah.
As a man, you don't think about that. We have family photos in about 2 weeks now, and I've already got our family photos coordinated and bought.
Right.
So you just have to do it. You just have to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's just no way around that. Spend the money, hire the photographer, buy the coordinating outfits.
Yeah.
You can get them on good sales. I bought our boys all matching shirts from Atwood's the other day on the clearance rack, 50% off. And they're going to wear these to church and other things afterward. They're like button up nice shirts. But I'm looking for deals so that when I find them, I snatch them.
Right.
So, and then you already have your clothes. And I try to coordinate with what you already have.
Yeah, because I don't have much.
You don't. And I know he has a Navy. So we'll
and that's intentional. I don't
Navy.
want a bunch of options. For me, making decisions is not hard for me, but I think deeply on stuff. So I don't want to waste my mental energy trying to figure out what I want to wear. So I'm slowly whittling down my wardrobe where I just wear pretty much the same few things every week and don't have to think about it.
And that's what you like.
That's what I like.
And I like variety and fun and flair. And I like to choose what I wear each day and have a variety.
Yeah.
So we're different in that way. Imagine that.
So what's another tip for creating a happy home that you think is important?
Another tip I have is to fill your home with inspirational quotes on the wall and around you, maybe Bible verses hung up here and there. Things like that it seems small, but they make a big difference. Have Bibles laying around. Have a bookshelf full of books to choose from. One of my favorite things to do is light a candle every night. I think candles create ambiance, they create peace, and they obviously smell good and make your house smell good. Mm-hmm. So I also really like diffusers. So essential oil diffusers are a big deal to me. I think they smell good and they just fill your home with cleanliness and great smells. So Smells mean a lot.
Yeah.
Another thing that I have really started loving lately, and the kids make fun of me and you make fun of me, is my porches.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
yeah.
Well, I've gone overboard, but
slightly.
Where we are in life right
It's
now.
one thing to have rocking chairs and end tables, but when you got a bunch of animals now, or porch
I have
animals,
officially become an old woman.
it's
and
like
just what
the
it
peacock
is.
just takes it over. Just
That peacock is beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
So it started with the porch goose. That is what it started with. And I got a porch goose and I named her Lucy, and she dresses for occasions. And so she'll wear whatever is seasonal. And right now we're so in.
She doesn't dress. You dress her.
I
Let's
do.
make sure
I
this thing's
do.
plastic or
Well,
whatever.
she's
Let's
like
make
cement.
Yes.
But she wears what I put on her.
Uh-huh.
So right now she dresses in football and cheer attire because I'm supporting our kids.
With a wig.
Oh yeah, she does have braids. I had a kid at the game the other day. I took her to the game, to the football game, and this little boy walked up to me and said, "Is her hair real?" I'm like, "Well, she's a cement goose, so no." But she does have a personality, I guess. So anyway.
Oh gosh.
I take this goose to the games or sometimes to embarrass our kids.
Yeah.
Because it embarrasses them, but they love it. They will never tell you that. But I just own it and I carry it around and it's just hilarious and it's become a thing. But that's been fun. After that, I got a peacock at Hobby Lobby and it's metal and it's like bright and beautiful. And I have a frog right now. He's wooden. and I have some ducks. And anyway, I really want a lawn deer. So someday that's going to happen. That's a Christmas idea for you.
No.
So my kids, like I said, they laugh, they make fun, but also they're going to remember that stuff forever.
Yeah.
They're going to remember mom and her porch animals, and it's just a memory.
Well, and you might, look at it one way, but I know like when I pull up sometimes and I actually, with the first time I look at it, I start cracking up laughing, now every once in a while I don't pay attention to it.
Right.
But then I do, and it does make me laugh,
Right.
and I'm like.
Sometimes you say you look at that goose and you think of me.
I do. But hey, laughter is part of being happy, right? So creating a happy home.
Create that. And I know that's like silly and frivolous, but honestly, things like that are things that make your home fun. Your kids are going to remember. They're going to laugh at. And it's just like a fun thing to have as a family.
Right.
Something else that is a really big deal in our house that I love is just the importance of celebrating birthdays and occasions. Mm-hmm. I feel very strongly that we should celebrate birthdays and people in our life, because I just, God gave us this life. He gave us one life, and I just love celebrating.
Yeah, you do.
So you laugh because for my birthday, it's not a one day, it's a week long.
Yeah.
And I like to plan it out so that I do things for my birthday that I get to feel happy about. So
yeah, you do. It's not a birthday for you. It's a birth week.
Right. And a lot of times it's like that for our kids. This is Briley's birthday, our 13th birthday next month.
Right.
So I've already got it planned out. Like we're going to go on an overnight stay with her and my mom and me and my niece, and we're going to go have a girls' time. Well, I've already got that planned. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a little birthday party for her at the venue. And this is what we're going to do. But then those are not on her birthday. Those are like the weekend before.
Right.
So on her birthday, which is a Tuesday, that's kind of hard, I set her orthodontic appointment up that day. So we're going to be going into town anyway. I'm like, it's your birthday. Let's make that your orthodontic appointment day. So you'll get your braces tightened. And then we'll go have lunch, and we'll go shopping. So it's going to be a fun birthday.
Yeah.
Because, I just think, especially just your 13th birthday, that's a big one. Girls, maybe it's a bigger deal to girls too.
Yeah, might be.
But I just think make them special. Like it's worth it. And if you are a person that loves birthdays, but nobody wants to celebrate yours, one of my favorite things to do is on my birthday, like the day of, I'll even go by myself and go shopping and just do things I love to do, because it's kind of an excuse to be like, it's my birthday. I'm going to do something fun today.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good. And the kids love that, you do that, and we do that together as a family and celebrate their birthdays, sometimes multiple days, and it creates good memories and moments for them.
Right.
And that's what life is about, is the moments.
That's right.
So that's good. And then talk about the importance of keeping a clean house.
Well, I love keeping a clean house. I like our home to be tidy. Sometimes I'm over the top on it. I wouldn't say I'm OCD. I just can't sit down until our home is picked up and how I want it to be.
Is it easy to keep a clean house with 7 kids?
It's not easy at all. It takes, what is the word we're using this entire podcast is intentionality. It takes a lot of intentionality.
Oh man, 7 kids. It's tough to keep a house clean. I mean, it's almost just a never-ending all day, every day thing.
Some things that I think really help with it is first of all, getting rid of most of your stuff.
Right.
Only having stuff that serves you. For our kids, they don't have many toys. The boys have one basket of toys in their room, which is like trucks, swords, a few things they can get out and drive around if they want. That's it. And then they have, books.
Right.
That is really it. Everything else, they play outside. We have a swing set, we have a trampoline, and we've got land.
Yeah.
So they play outside most of the time. For us, we just don't have a lot of extras, I would say. We have everything you need, but I like it to be a space where you know where things are and you feel like you can breathe and you're not overwhelmed.
And so for us, having a family of 9, right, keeping a clean house can be challenging, but it's very important. And so it's kind of a multi-person effort to do that. It might be, some of the kids helping clean, you're cleaning all the time. Sometimes I'll vacuum and do some dishes. You'll hire a cleaner to come in every once in a while and deep clean. We have babysitters that watch our kids a few days a week, and they'll clean too while they're there.
Yeah, you just got to set the right expectations with that.
Yeah.
Have a plan. Our current babysitter, she comes over a couple of days a week, and while she's there with the boys, she does laundry and helps me out with that, so that on those 2 days, like, laundry is done and put away. That is such a help to me. And she also does dishes, and she'll run the vacuum cleaner. So such a help to me to have just that helping hand. Our daughter's 13, almost 13 now, so she can help with dishes and them things around the house. And like you said, I like having a deep cleaner come in occasionally and do a deep clean for me, so that I know everything's clean well.
Yeah.
But that takes intentionality
It
to
does.
plan those things and set those expectations.
Yeah, but that helps, really bring your family, I would say, peace and happiness, and amongst a chaotic life, if your house is good and clean and tidy and, a good space for you to come to, it just kind of centers you,
I think so. I mean, and it may be something your kids don't even recognize. I doubt your kids are sitting around or our kids are sitting around being like, I really like having a tidy house.
Yeah.
But I do think that makes them feel a sense of peace, a sense of my world's okay because my home's okay.
Right.
So that's important.
I have one thing to add to the Happy Home podcast episode.
Something about your wife.
No, it's about
If Mama's happy.
that is true. If Mama's happy, if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. But for me, it's my little corner in the bedroom.
Oh yeah,
right.
I do love that.
It's my space within a space. It's a leather chair and books. And that's my little zone, and my lamp.
That's your zone.
That's my zone.
Yeah, and you can create zones. Like, we are living in a small cabin right now, but you have your zone in one corner of the master bedroom.
Right.
And I have my zone in another corner of the master bedroom where I have my desk set up, and it's more of a feminine look.
Yeah. So for the fathers out there that are like, man, I don't have time to read my Bible, or I don't have time to read books. I hear that all the time, because they'll ask me questions or maybe advice, and I'll give them some answers. How do you know that? It's like, well, have you read this book and this book? And they're like, no, and it's like, well, how do you have time to read? And a lot of advice I've gotten over the years is, if you create a space where you read, you will read more.
Right.
Because you've created the space, And so for me, that's a leather chair with a little bookshelf, and I've got the books I'm reading at the moment there, my Bible recap deal, the deal I'm working through right now. Yeah. It's all there. And so I look at it every time I go into the room. I know at certain times of the day I will go to that area and read. I have that scheduled, and it just creates it almost like draws you in to want to go do that.
Right.
Yeah.
They say that even when you're reading your Bible, have a space every day. That's where you go. And you have a basket or a bag, whatever, a bookshelf with everything on it. So you just sit down and it's there.
Yeah, that's like a hot habit tip that I learned several years ago. And one of the books, and people talk about it on podcasts, is if you're wanting to get into reading and you need to read, I think it's very important, create a space and create a time, and that will help you get into that habit and that routine.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love that. Good job, Dad.
There's
Tip.
A little add-on there for the dads.
For the moms, something that I love to do, they call it putting your house to bed at night. I don't know if you've ever heard this tip.
I just go to bed,
True.
At night.
Well,
it's nighttime, and I just go to bed.
But once again, before I can sit down, these things have to be done. I've got 2 things to share on this. First of all, if your kids are going to school the next morning, you need to get everything set out the night before.
Yeah.
Do not wait till the morning of, or it's going to be chaos. It just is. So before bed every night, I lay all our kids' lunch boxes out, and I start them. I put the things that aren't cold for their lunch boxes in them. So the next morning, all I have to do is put inside the things that are cold and zip them up.
And you lay out a lot of them. You lay out their clothes on the bar.
Well, that's the next thing is I lay clothes out. So our big two, they pack their own lunches and pick their own clothes out. They're 12 and 11.
Right.
But our littles, like they still need help. And so I will lay out lunch boxes, do that, and then I lay clothes out with socks. And so the next morning, all they have to do is walk in the living room, put their clothes on, put their socks on, put their lunch box in their backpack, and then I fix their hair for them every morning on their way out the door.
Yeah.
And then we say a prayer together every morning. That's our routine. That's what we do. And by doing all that, it allows me to not have to get up as early because they get on the bus at 7.
Right.
And it allows them to be able to sleep in as long as possible. Because if they know all they have to do is get up, put their clothes on, put the lunch in the backpack, it's ready to go.
Right.
But if that wasn't all done and they were running around grabbing things and it's stressful. It's like, where's my socks? Where's my shoes? Where's this? I've done that before. It's not fun. So do that the night before. Make sure all the homework's in the bags, the permission slips are signed, the snack cart money's there, like have it all done. So as far as putting the house to bed at night, this means like emptying your sink, getting everything in the dishwasher. I love to spray some good smelling stuff on the countertops and the table and wipe those off.
Yeah.
And I like to have, maybe I run the vacuum cleaner. Something that drives me crazy is I like to put the throw pillows on the couch how they should be before I sit down at night. I don't like blankets thrown everywhere, pillows thrown everywhere. So before I sit down, I put the throw pillows on the couch, my candles lit, blankets are folded and put away. I can look at my kitchen and my table and it's wiped down and I can chill.
Yeah.
I could not go to bed if that stuff's not done.
It's true. And that helps because if you're always living, 5 minutes late and you haven't laid out the kids' clothes the night before or their lunches the night before, and you just create a scramble in the morning, man, that just starts your whole day off wrong.
Right.
And I have, employees that do that. They set their alarms too late. They don't prepare the night before. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They wake up at the last possible minute and then they're rushing to the office. And if they're late, they get in trouble. And then their whole day is kind of just, you're just playing from behind all day.
Right.
And so putting your house to bed at night just sets your morning up for a lot better.
Set your coffee pot to go off.
That's
the
my
next
deal.
Morning. Yep.
Every night I set the coffee pot. I got the timer. I get my water bottle with some electrolytes, put that in there. It's next to the coffee pot. And so, in the morning, that thing's going off before we wake up, and you just wake up and the coffee's ready.
Honestly, these things seem like a lot of work, but honestly, they give you peace because things are how they should be.
Right.
Something else I love to do, creating a happy home, is, and it's a little more challenging during sports season and things in the evening, but when you come home from work, I like to have a peaceful atmosphere.
Yeah, you're good about that.
It's been easier when the kids were little. It's a little harder now with them being involved in so many things, but when you come home in the evenings, I like for it to be clean. I like for supper to be almost ready or like ready and waiting. And I like to have candles lit. I like it to smell good. I like for you to not come into chaos.
Right.
Most of the time. Sometimes, because life happens. Yeah. But I try to be intentional about you coming home to a home that you're happy to come home to. Yeah.
And that helps me out a lot. I know for me and my personality, if that helps a ton, because if I don't know, if you come home from work and then it's just almost like a chaos and stuff's array, and then it's just like, here you go. And just like you don't have any like wind down time. For me, that's important. Mm-hmm. I just need a minute, to be home and change clothes and just, you know what I mean? Get ready to be home and unload the day kind of a thing. And you're really good at creating, that.
I like to do that.
That helps.
It does. Something else I like to do to start my day off just as a woman is I just think we all feel better when we put makeup on for the day or like fix our hair a little bit, change clothes. I don't wear makeup every day, especially if I'm going to be home all day. But if I am going out to do anything, I just put a little bit of makeup on.
Right.
Like put yourself together for the day. I think when you do that, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more put together. It's going to make you a better mom, a better wife, better at your job and what you do. Like, just put yourself together each day. I have so many women, I tell you, that tell me, like, I can't believe you have 7 kids and you look like put together.
Right.
And it's like, well, that's what I like to do, and it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I'm not a woman who spends an hour getting ready.
Thank goodness.
I don't do that. I don't do the fake eyelashes. I don't do a lot of the stuff that takes time.
Right.
But I mean, I can put on a full face of makeup, my jewelry, fix my hair, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I can do all that. So like, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it does take intentionality.
Right.
To do that each day. And I think that's part of having a happy home, is just feeling good as a mom and as a wife. And I think if you're just in sweatpants with your hair in a messy bun every single day, you're just not going to feel your best.
Right.
And you're not going to want to create the home atmosphere that you can. So.
And a happy home isn't like, I think too, it doesn't really matter what your home is. You know, it doesn't mean you got to have a big old nice fancy home. No. I mean, we're living in an 1,800 square foot cabin at the moment that we bought last year that connected to the ranch, that we got 9 of us in that thing.
Right.
You know, it's a tiny little home, but we make it a good space for our family, you know?
Yeah.
And I think
we've lived in a very nice home, very nice homes, and we've lived in small homes.
Yeah.
We've lived in like we've said, homes with no heat, blowing sand out the vents. Yeah. I mean, we've lived. It doesn't have. It's not the home. Is the essence of this?
It's not the sticks and bricks.
House.
Yeah,
it's the home.
Right, and I think we're a product of our environment. So creating good environments that you spend time in your day, and your homes, you spend a lot of time there. It's important to create those spaces that are good, healthy spaces for your environment. Right. Makes you better. Like if you were to come to my offices, you'd see motivational stuff all over the walls, like everywhere. You'd see trophies, you'd see motivational, like it creates a environment of like, in my world, I wanted to create an environment of excellence, no excuses, achievement, like, and so all that stuff's all over the walls. You can't walk in there and not feel that,
right?
Well, that's creating a winning environment there. I think in your home, with the things we've talked about today, creates a happy environment for, the mom and dad and the kids. And the kids don't know it, but when they grow up, they'll realize it.
Yeah. And they'll want to emulate what they had.
Yeah.
So that's our hope, because we want our kids to grow up in a home feeling loved, feeling encouraged, inspired, and then want to go do that for themselves someday. Yeah.
And it's important because we talked about in the last episode about life being hard and throwing a lot of things at you, and life being difficult and having to overcome things. Well, if your home is kind of that home base, if you will, of, a place that makes you happy or has peace or whatever, it helps keep you grounded in the crazy world that we live in.
You want your kids to come home to a home they feel peace in, and that they want to come home to. Wives, you want your husbands to have a home that they want to come home to. And I think that a lot of that has to do with intentionally, like, making it look good, not having stuff everywhere, like keeping your laundry caught up, keeping your home a place where you want to be and your family wants to be.
Right. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a week that you guys took some practical tips of like small things you can do to make your home better, to make it more peaceful, to make it a place that you love to be. I love homes. I love every aspect of homes. We love families, and we want families to be stronger.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Yeah. Strong families are the goal.
Yes. Families staying together.
In their homes.
Yes.
Have a great week. We'll see you next time.